but they're going to keep benefiting in months and years to come. And it'll make their daily lives better. It's going to create millions of good-paying jobs and make us a much stronger, more resilient economy, because when you build infrastructure, that always happens. We finally delivered on something that previous administrations, both Republican and Democrat, have tried to do but have been unable to complete, and we did it. And make no mistake, we'll keep going in the weeks ahead by passing the rest of the President's Build Back Better agenda. As I mentioned in my dear colleague over the weekend, the Senate has a whole lot of important things to do between now and the end of the year. And given the House deferred vote on Build Back Better, last night we began the process to turn to the NDAA this week. We heard Republicans say repeatedly that this legislation is urgent and needs to be taken up immediately. With their cooperation, the Senate can start considering the bill as early as today. We Democrats are ready to do that, and I hope our Republicans can join us in moving the legislation forward. We can start voting on amendments as early as tomorrow. Now, I've had a number of conversations with senators on both sides of the aisle, and one thing we're interested in doing is adding the bipartisan USICA proposal, the U.S. Competitive and Manufacturing Bill the Senate passed earlier this year. We're going to add it to the NDA. There's a lot of bipartisan interest in doing this. It's an important piece of legislation. It'll put more Americans to work in every corner of the country. It'll relieve our overburdened supply chains, including ensuring a steady supply of domestic-made semiconductor chips so vital to our economy. We've seen when there's a shortage of the chips what happens in the auto industry, the tech industry, and so many other industries. USICA would be one of the largest federal investments in science, technology, and manufacturing for decades. And of course, it includes the $52 billion for implementation of the Bipartisan CHIPS program, very important to deal with the chip shortage. So, if we can pass NDAA with USICA included, I'm hopeful we'll be able to work with our House colleagues. I've had several discussions with the Speaker and with the President on this, and we want to get this done. It's also my plan to hold a vote on repealing the 2002 Iraq AUMF. I made a commitment to have a vote on it earlier this year by the end of the year, and that's the time for that's now. Repealing the AUMF is also bipartisan, and I think we can get the votes we need to pass it. Senator Kaine, Senator Young, Chairman Menendez, and the SFRC have been leading this bipartisan effort. Chairman Reid and I want to move the process on the floor along quickly so we can consider amendments and pass the NDAA. And as I said, we want to vote on amendments soon and have as many votes as possible this week. So we look forward to working with our Republican colleagues. We'll have an open amendment process, but it shouldn't be a dilatory amendment process. And so we can move quickly, and we can either complete the bill or get on a path that gets it done very quickly. Senator Reid.